Hello everybody, hope all of you are well. Today I will discuss the solution of your last revision test. Your first question was MCQ type. Question question one was ionization energy is measured in atoms when A. They are in a gaseous state. In a gaseous state. Option B is given that they are ions. Option C is given they are in solid state. Option D is given they are at room temperature. They are at room temperature. Okay. So ionization energy is the amount of energy required to remove the valence shell electron, okay, from its isolated gaseous atom. So definitely your answer will be they are in gaseous state. Next question number 2. In which of the following gaseous molecule the ionic character of the covalent bond is maximum? Options are given HCl, BHF, CHGF and DHF. So your answer will be the option B, because fluorine is more electronegative. So definitely the ionic character will be greater. Okay, in this case, as the electronic difference is highest among all the halides. Okay. Next question, MCQ type. Three. With increase in temperature, with increases in temperature, the pH of pure water option A decreases, option B increases, option C remains unaffected, and option D increases then decreases. So here we know that if we increase the temperature, dissociation of water will be increased. Okay. So we know that the ionic product of water, from where we are calculating or giving the pH scale range 0 to 14, that is coming from this ionic product of water, concentration of H plus and concentration of H minus equal to 10 to the power minus 14 at 25 degrees centigrade. If we increase the temperature, so it will increase definitely the pH value. Okay, the pH scale range will decrease. Okay, so definitely with the increasing temperature, pH of pure water actually its pH is 7 neutral. Okay, but as dissociation is increases because of the increasing of the temperature, so the pH of pure water will be less than 7. So definitely it will be decreasing. This will be the answer. Next question 4. Caustic soda on warming with zinc liberates the gas. Option A CO, option B CO2, option C hydrogen, and option D O2. So caustic soda on warming with zinc, definitely it will put sodium, zinc, and hydrogen. So the gas liberated will be the hydrogen. Next question number 5. In which compound both empirical and molecular formula is same? Option A is given benzene, option B is glucose, option C is given cane sugar, option D is oxalic acid. So you know benzene formula C6H6. So definitely there is common term if you take the ratio carbon to hydrogen 1:1. Glucose also C6H12O6. So there will be some common factors that by which we can divide the ratio of carbon to hydrogen to oxygen. But in case of cane sugar, C12H22O11. So in this case only both the empirical formula and molecular formula is same. This is one that, and this will be your answer. And oxalic acid, you know that COOH whole twice. Okay, so that means here also some common factors. That means in the ratio carbon to oxygen to hydrogen is there. So your answer will be the option C. So in this way we have completed the solution of MCQ part. Next question number 2. The funnel arrangement prevent dash for absorption of HCl gas in water. Okay, so definitely we know that funnel arrangement prevent back suction of water as well as it provides a large surface area for better absorption. So here you have to write back suction of water. Next, HCl gas is dash times heavier than air. It will be 1.26 times heavier, okay, than air. That you have to write. Next question is given, fill in the blanks type, that all ammonium salts on heating with dash solution evolve ammonia. So definitely your answer will be sodium hydroxide solution. Next 4, fuming nitric acid dissolved dash gas in concentrated nitric acid. So your answer will be NO2 gas. The maximum number of water molecule is removed from one molecule of sucrose by concentrated sulfuric acid is, your answer will be 100. Okay, as the formula is C12H2211. So one water molecule containing 2 hydrogen, as 22 is there hydrogen, so definitely the number will be the 11 water. Next, explanation type of question is there. I think all of you have question. First question was, explain why the properties of the elements are repeated after 2, 8, 18, 32 elements in periodic table. So when we are repeating this atomic number, that is 2, 8, 18, 32, then their outer electronic configuration is same. That means number of valence electron is same. Okay, that is why their property will be same, and that is why the properties of the element is repeated after this 2, 8, 18, 32 atomic number intervals. Next is, what is the difference between polar covalent compound and non-polar covalent compound? In case of non-polar covalent compound, the electrons are equally shared. Okay, if the two bonded atom electronegativity is same. But in case of polar type of compound, polar covalent compound, the electrons are not equally distributed or equally shared. In case of diatomic molecule having the different electronegativity. And another we can tell that in case of non-polar covalent compound, the dipole moment will be 0, but in case of polar covalent compound, there will be some dipole moment mu value. Okay, and generally this type of non-polar covalent compound, they will be symmetrical in nature, but generally polar covalent compound, they will be unsymmetrical, and this type of non-polar covalent compound, they are soluble in polar solvent, and non-polar will be soluble in non-polar solvent, and polar covalent compound will be soluble in polar solvent. Okay, so any one difference you have to write, because as there is one mark. Next one is, which acid is present in Fiji soft drinks? Definitely it will be the carbonic acid, because we are pressuring the carbon dioxide or dissolving the carbon dioxide at low temperature and high pressure. So when carbon dioxide at low temperature, you react with water forming the carbonic acid. Name one acid where both molecules and ions are present. So you can think about any weak acid like acetic acid. Okay, acetic acid, as their degree of dissolution is less than 30%, definitely in the solution there will be ions as well as molecules. How will you chemically distinguish between NaOH and NH4OH? So you know that in case of ammonium hydroxide solution, if you take a natural reagent in a paper, okay, natural reagent solution, it turns a natural reagent brown, but NaOH cannot. In this way, you can easily chemically distinguish between the sodium hydroxide and ammonium hydroxide. Otherwise, you can react with the calcium salt, calcium nitrate. In case of sodium hydroxide, you will get the precipitate of calcium hydroxide, but ammonium hydroxide weak base, you will not get the precipitate. Next question from the mode concept and stoichiometry. the question number 6 is given that a metal M forms a volatile chloride containing 65.5% chlorine. If the density of the chloride relative to hydrogen is 162.5, find the molecular formula of the chloride. Okay, so first you have to write the element, you have to make one table, then percentage composition, then we will write the atomic weight, then we have to calculate relative number of atoms, and next simplest ratio. Okay, then we will get the empirical formula. First one is given that metal here it is given 65.5 percentage composition metal, chloride containing 65.5% chlorine. So metal we have to count, that is 100 minus 65.5%. So it will be 34.5%. Okay, and chlorine will be 65.5%. Atomic weight in case of metal it is given that here it is actually supplied. Okay, that M is 56 and Cl is 35.5. So this will be 56, this will be 35.5. So here relative number will be that 34.5 divided by 56, another will be 65.5 divided by 35.5. So from here you will get the value 0.616 and this will be 1.845. Okay, so if you divide it by 6.616, you will get the simplest ratio, that will be 1.845 divided by 0.616, you will get the value 3. Okay, so here the empirical formula, that will be equal to MCl3. Okay, so here you have to calculate the empirical formula weight. That will be equal to 56 plus 35.5 into 3. You calculate, you will get 162.5. Then molecular weight or molecular mass 2 into vapor density. Here vapor density is given that 162.5. Okay, so next you have to calculate the N. N will be the molecular formula mass divided by the empirical formula mass. Okay, so if you calculate, you will get this is 2 into 162.5 divided by 162.5. So you are getting the value 2. So from here you can write molecular formula is equal to N into empirical formula. That will be 2 into MCL. That will be equal to M2Cl6. Okay. So your answer is M2Cl6. That is the molecule. Next problem is given, calculate the percentage of nitrogen in ammonium nitrate. Calculate the percentage of nitrogen in ammonium nitrate. Okay. So here NH4NO3, first you have to calculate the molecular mass. To calculate you will get 80. So here percentage of nitrogen will be equal to 28 divided by 80 into 100. That will be equal to 35%. Hope you can understand. Next question is write your observation of silver nitrate test of HCl acid. Okay, hydrochloric acid. So whenever you will add hydrochloric acid to silver nitrate, you will get a carding white PPT of silver chloride. Okay, and that will be soluble in excess ammonium hydroxide. Next question is write your observation when excess chlorine reacts with ammonia gas. So when excess chlorine will react with ammonia gas, there will be formation of a NCl3 and HCl. NCl3 is nitrogen trichloride, is an yellow explosive compound. So you will observe a explosive yellow liquid is formed. Write your observation when nitric acid reacts with proteins. So when you will add nitric acid to protein, a yellow color compound, okay, called xanthoprotic acid is formed. Okay, that is why sometimes when nitric acid fall or touch your skin, and your skin turns yellow. So in this way I have completed the solution of your last division test. Okay, so all the best for your exam. Okay, so today up to this.